Are you ready to talk about one of the most iconic, heart-pounding, adrenaline-fueled experiences in gaming history? Today, we're diving headfirst into the fast-paced world of Contra for the NES. This is a game that didn't just define the run-and-gun genre, it practically invented it. Whether you're a longtime fan or you've never picked up a pixelated weapon in your life, this review is going to take you through everything that makes Contra a must-play masterpiece. So, grab your spread gun, summon your inner soldier, and let's blast off into one of the most celebrated titles of the 8-bit era. First, let's talk gameplay, because Contra is pure action from start to finish. From the moment you hit the start button, it's clear you're in for something special. The controls are tight and responsive, the enemy patterns are challenging but fair, and the level design? Oh man, the level design is 80s brilliance. Each stage feels like a gauntlet designed to test your reflexes and push your skills to their limit. Whether you're dodging a hail of bullets, leaping across treacherous platforms, or gunning down alien monstrosities, there's never a dull moment. And let's not forget the genius of the multi-directional shooting mechanic. It's a game that rewards precision and quick thinking, which keeps you glued to the screen the entire time. Now, let's not overlook the visuals. For an NES game released in 1988, Contra looks stunning. The pixel art is detailed and vibrant, with dynamic backgrounds that really bring each stage to life. From the lush jungle of the opening level to the eerie alien layers in the later stages, every environment feels distinct and memorable. The enemy designs are another highlight. You'll face off against everything from soldiers and tanks to bizarre alien bosses that feel ripped straight out of a 1980s sci-fi action movie. And speaking of movies, the game's inspiration is as clear as day. If you've ever thought that the protagonists, Bill and Lance, bear more than a passing resemblance to Arnold Schwarzenegger and Sylvester Stallone, well, you're not alone. The whole game is like playing an 8-bit love letter to action films of the era. But let's be real, what truly makes Contra unforgettable is its cooperative gameplay. There's something magical about teaming up with a friend and taking on the forces of Red Falcon together. The simultaneous two-player mode is an absolute blast, adding a layer of chaotic fun to an already exhilarating experience. It's not just about having someone to share the carnage with, it's about the strategy that comes into play when you and your partner have to coordinate attacks, split up responsibilities, and occasionally fight over who gets the power-ups. Trust me, if you've never played Contra with a friend, you're missing out on one of the greatest joys in gaming. Let's take a moment to appreciate the absolute bangers that make up the Contra soundtrack. Every track is an adrenaline-pumping anthem that perfectly matches the intensity of the gameplay. From the iconic jungle theme to the pulse-pounding boss music, the tunes will stay with you long after you've put the controller down. It's the kind of music that makes you feel invincible, even when you're getting your butt kicked by a relentless wave of enemies. Of course, no review of Contra would be complete without mentioning the infamous Konami Code. Up, up, down, down, left, right, B, A, start. That's the lifeline that grants you 30 extra lives and turns an otherwise brutal game into something a little more approachable. And let's be honest, most of us wouldn't have seen the final boss without it. The Konami Code has become a legend in its own right, a cultural touchstone that's synonymous with gaming itself. It's a testament to Contra's legacy that this cheat code is still widely recognized and celebrated today. Now, is Contra perfect? Well, it's hard to find any real faults with a game this legendary. Sure, it's brutally difficult, but that's part of its charm. It's a game that challenges you to get better, to master its mechanics, and to push through every frustrating death until you finally emerge victorious. And when you do beat it, the sense of accomplishment is unmatched. Few games manage to strike that perfect balance between challenge and reward the way Contra does. In conclusion, Contra isn't just a game, it's an experience. It's a high-octane, non-stop thrill ride that still holds up after more than 3 decades. Whether you're a retro gaming enthusiast or someone who's just now discovering the classics, Contra is a title that deserves a spot in your collection. So, dust off your NES, grab a friend, and get ready to dive into one of the most iconic games of all time. And if you've already played it, well, maybe it's time for another run. After all, those aliens aren't going to defeat themselves.